See where the ewes are? Yeah. You could get a bucket, there's some black ones here. Yeah. You just top them up. You want to the other grey bucket? Yeah. So you could just check the ones around the corners. Okay. Just give us a bell if we need anything. Thank you. So, big black bucket next to that wooden thing. This was on this morning, there's one there with the Right, morning lovely folk. Happy Mondays. And it's certainly happy Monday for this ewe and lamb. So, and this is a sight for sore eyes. I nearly said a sight for sore A-R-S-E then. A sight for sore eyes is music to our ears. It's exactly what we want to see. It's an attentive mother giving birth naturally to a lovely lamb. Don't know if it's gimmer or a tup yet, but we're going to find out because Dave's about to penny tup. And yeah, this is what you can expect to see if you're visiting the farm this week. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move in here, and I'm just hoping against hope that we retain our noise, not noise, volume, the sound. David's doing a despairing lamb call. I think he needs to let it just reconnect. There we go. Let it lick it again. And she's a super little ewe, isn't she? She's a super mum. She's following him. I'll try and step back. So far, so good. You stay there, Phoebe. You stay there, love. Nice little gimmer. Baby, I haven't quite sealed the deal, but there's one ear going to lamb as well. Look, can you see how she's showing interest in it? So David's plaintive lamb cry. Stay there, dear. And David's going to be in there like swimwear. There we are. Careful not to get the lamb trud on. So that was a good piece of work, because that's not easy, because she's anxious. You're okay now, Phoebe? This is Phoebe who's on work experience. What you experiencing to be, Phoebe? Oh, animal physio, right. Well, if you need any practice, David's had a bad ankle. If you want to practice on him. So animal physio from Phoebe, fabulous. So, and obviously you'll have to learn the physiology of the animal, and the where the muscles are, where they connect. With a particular interest in any particular animal, Phoebe? Oh, I thought it'd be horses. Yeah. Well, I suppose, especially with competition horses, that's where the demand will be, won't it? People will have an eventer or a racehorse or something like that. So that'd be interesting. So you might have the job of getting a famous show jumper or eventer or racehorse back in good condition in time for the Olympics or a big race. Yeah, that would be the dream. Yeah. And for the dream for Dave is if that that jug were filled with beer. You wouldn't want to drink. You wouldn't want to drink. You wouldn't want to drink for breakfast, would you?
Only at the weekend.
Yeah. No, I think.
This lamb now.
I think, Dave, only on holiday.
So do you want to watch and have a go? Yeah.
I think only on holiday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
and for you, that's every other week.
I'll put this in here. You can pour the milk in once I've milked it, and you can see what we do. Have you done it before?
No.
Okay.
She wants to be a horse physio, Dave, not done any lambing before.
These skills are transferable.
What are you going to do?
I have to tube a bull one day.
Milk a horse. I'd do that very carefully. Right, we do milk horses, don't we? Yeah, yeah. So this girl, let me put this down first, Dave. She's going to demolished place. And it's a grand little lamb, that.
I've got a load of colostrum in the fridge, so...
Look at that for a lamb. Very viable.
That other one that's over there that we bought this morning, that was a half pint of that one. Just move it.
So this is the little lamb, little Gimmer. And so now she's a bit happier now. She can see the lamb. David's got her stood in a position that enables that. I'll stand there.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit extra milk from the fridge because she's got a bit of milk, but I don't want to took it all off.
Yeah. So David's going to get some from Mum and some from one he milked earlier. Meanwhile, we'll continue to watch the bonding process happen. So while you can hear and while I can respond, let's answer a few questions. Sandra says, good morning to Dawn Cressy. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Dawn. Sharon says, hello, Phoebe. Shirley says, so sad to hear about Michael O'Sullivan. Shirley, it was heartbreaking, and the more I read about it, the more upsetting it is. So, and that's a young jockey who sadly died after a fall, a week or 10 days ago, something like that. But it just shows the danger and the bravery that those lads and lasses, put themselves under, the danger that they do. Val says, morning, Claire. So what Dave's doing now is leaving the lamb sat down, and then when this process is done, we'll pop it under that lamp in its little kennel, just to get it dried off. And once it's dried off, a lamb like this...
Can you hear the gurgle?
Yeah.
Hang on, Dave, hang on.
That's the stomach. That's it.
Can you hear that gurgle, guys?
How fast I'll pour it in?
Right, just fill it right up.
Alright.
The only way you can get it wrong, Phoebe, is if you pour it all over his hands, and then he might shout at you.
I don't think I would.
Don't want to get him,
If it were
Phoebe.
Robert, I might do.
Yeah, he would. He'd snarl. But it's understandable.
So we're going to give this 2 tubes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know we adopted a lamb onto that ewe, Dave?
She kind of fell out with a bit at 1 o'clock this morning, and then she fell back in love with it then after that.
Good morning, everyone, says Helen. So we're just waiting patiently. That milk's a little bit thick, so it's taking a little bit of time to get down to its tummy, where it will ignite the fire that exists in that lamb's belly. It will soon be on its feet. Once that lamb's dried it off, it will be bonded with Mum. Gail Walker, have you sprayed it?
Yeah, it's there behind you. We use a dip now, don't we?
David, in mildly defensive fashion, says no. If it's there behind it, I was just about to do it.
Yeah, all right.
But to be fair, it is here. It is here. So yeah, I do believe him. I know we're right to be sceptical. Ali says, dip the cord. He's about to, Ali.
I'm going to do it. All right.
And Anne says, great teaching. David is like the Dalai Lama of lambing. A wise, experienced man passing on his greatness to the next gen. So what he's doing now, the idea here is to make that solid connection. Press it firmly against its tummy, making sure the whole of the cord is inside that cup. Right?
With that.
Right,
covered, isn't it?
and then through transpirational pull, right, it will flow up that umbilical cord.
Lovely colour.
Yeah, lovely. It will flow up that umbilical cord and sterilise the navel area, which is effectively an open wound and a super highway, if left untreated, for infection and bacteria to get into the body. Right? So what David's done there is a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful little lamb.
You should be very proud.
I like the lamb though. I like its colour.
It is beautiful.
I like its style.
I like the cut of its jib.
And they're a bit smaller than the last batch, aren't they?
That's the way I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Small.
Things work out.
When you're lambing, small is good. Well, Just right is good, because they need to have enough petrol to prosper. I say,
They're off picking electric fences.
well, can you ask them to wind it a bit tighter this time? Wade says they've left it slack, and it'll tangle.
Right.
He's quite unhappy about it. But how you tell them without upsetting them? You'd need to be a real diplomat. But Wade's quite unhappy, because when it comes to unravelling it, he says it'll all knot. So we've got a diplomatic incident there. But luckily, Dave, there's only us know about it. No one will tell him. Right. So here is the scene. Yeah, I'm not going to count my chickens, because like David said, she had a bit of a wobble in the night, Ruth said. But we've got that lamb who's been adopted on to that ewe. And those of you who watched yesterday morning, and please give us a share now to anyone who was watching yesterday morning. This is sometimes what can happen, and this is genuinely what's called a happy ending.
It's quite unusual for the length of time
Oh,
for
Dave,
to take it.
almost unheard of.
Yeah. I'm really pleased.
I felt, I ummed and ahed, I was here with Dad, and it was a brave move to try.
Yeah.
Because I knew that probably there was, but I just knew that she was such a wanting ewe, such a ewe that wanted a lamb, that it was worth the risk.
I'm going to bring some straw for here, Rob, and then we can dish it out. A little bit mucky around here.
Yeah, well, it never hurts to have a bit, does it? No. Is that hay? Can that hay be transferred into the other and then put some fresh?
Put straw in. I can put. Yeah, of course you can.
Because it just looks as though it's been picked over a little bit, but probably not run its course totally. But look at that. That's feeding. Jackie sent 200 stars. If we could give them to that ewe in the form of carrots, we would, but it's already on the best of the best. So that is a heartwarming story. But the thing about her, Dave, she's not got loads of milk yet. I think the more it sucks, the more she'll make. But it shocked me how little she got. She got just enough to give it a feed.
Right. So,
but
have these had the nuts this morning?
I think Ruth said everything we've done.
All right.
But if you're going to message her for help, message her now before she goes to sleep.
I think that she said everything we've done, so she should have fed it.
I think you're better with these buckets, just emptying and giving her a fresh start.
All right.
I would say.
I think she'll already done that though. They were just topping him up. Right. She's already,
Amanda sent 200 stars. So that little lamb has totally taken to mum. So let me start again from the beginning. Please give us a share if you want to hear this wonderful story. There was a ewe in the next pen. I'll go and show you in a minute. Had 2 last night. Dad delivered the second. Dad delivered this very one. Right, she'd had one herself, but we just gave the other one a helping hand. So she got 2. She was a small ewe. She was never going to feed them brilliantly well. We got this ewe from yesterday morning that David and I lambed, and tragically and sadly, its lamb was just alive when it was born, but we couldn't save it, and it really upset us because it's not what we want, and it's not what we expect, and for that for that time, right? Phoebe, if there's only a bit of water left, Phoebe, take it out and throw it away and give them a fresh start. In general, try and give them a fresh start rather than just topping up. It's like having a drink next to your bed. You'd always go and have a fresh one, wouldn't you, rather than pour a bit more in. So, right, where are we? So yeah, Dad lambed the second, and we ummed and ahed, and then my sound went, and we decided between us we'd give it a go. So we got this lamb, we caught Mum, which wasn't easy. We got the lamb, we did as much as we could to get what bits of fluid were left on her bottom and back end onto the lamb, which wasn't a lot, not enough. We poured some of her milk onto its back, we put salt on its back, we used the Northern Irish trick and put salt on it. And then, but she showed an interest in it from the moment we put it in. So we were pushing at a slightly open door. It wasn't open, but it was well ajar, right? So we let it feed. We milked Mum. We fed that lamb. and we hoped and we prayed and we stepped away, and thankfully, you know, she started licking it. You know, I wouldn't say I went to bed knowing that it was absolutely a done deal, but there was enough encouragement to make us more than hopeful. David's emptying that hay out of that feeder, striving manfully. So, and then Ruth says in the night, she had a bit of a wobble with it. Not sure what a bit of a wobble means, but in general, she's been champion with it. We need to top that up, Dave. Have you some milk, you say? Well, let's just fill it up so it doesn't run out of petrol. Yeah. So it doesn't run out of petrol because it needs to stay strong. Don't want to overfeed it, but she's not got as much milk as you would expect her to have. So yesterday morning she was upset, we were upset. We didn't have a lamb for her to foster on. But yesterday night one of the twins lambed. We had a situation where Mum could keep one, this could have one, and thankfully it's worked. And that doesn't always happen, so that was a really, really nice thing. So Caroline sent 100 stars, thank you. Sally Palmer sent 50 stars, thank you. And everything had corn, fresh water and hay. Everything's had corn, fresh water and hay. From Ruth. Thank you, Ruth. Have a nice sleep. And Alison says, good morning, wonderful news, keeping fingers crossed. Oh, now then. David Cromie, and I think, is this David Cromie who's made these wonderful sheep feeders? David Cromie's interjected, and I think it's David Cromie who's made these sheep feeders, right? A little handy hint when you're fostering ewes on, and again it's come from Northern Ireland, this.
Yeah.
It's the home of handy hints.
Yeah.
Put Vic on the end of the ewe's nose.
Well,
hang on, David's got a view on this.
no, it's not a bad view. I
Do you want me to pour that?
I think it's quite a good view, Rob.
So, David's got a bit of milk for this.
If it's got a chesty cough or anything, it'll help it.
Yeah, and what about a lozenge?
Well, ask him. Will a lozenge help as well?
So let's just assess its tummy. Just put it down, David. How does it look? How does it feel? Do you think it is empty? Do you think it wants any?
It's pretty full, to be honest with you. But
Should we just give it a... Yeah, we'll just give it a bit to keep that petrol in its tank. I think if we just keep giving it a little smidge...
Well, if there's a gurgle, it's not full, is it? Hello.
So one tube. We're calling one pint Willie this one.
Does he know about the salt trick?
David, do you know about the salt trick? This could be, you give us one, we'll give you one. Yeah?
Is he lamb sheep?
Do you lamb sheep, Dave? One Dave to another. This is a site where Daves can connect and become firm friends for the future.
Perhaps Dave should meet up on St David's Day.
Yeah.
And all go out and have a party.
Yeah.
You got a bit more, Rob?
So what's it feel like?
That's gurgling away.
Well, let's make sure, if we do it now, we can look at it again at lunchtime, can't we? And it'll just give her a chance to top her bag up. Yeah? Because she's...
I'm going to keep an eye on this milk, because if it stops,
yeah.
then I'm going to pour it out.
So, June Pidcock sent 250 stars, thank you, June. And Becky says, good morning, farmers, Rob and Dave. And Patricia says, Mum loves her adopted lamb. There we are. So that should now have enough petrol in its tank to go and have a nice sleep. And then come back out in an hour's time and drink off Mum more strongly.
Top that up with here. Bring some straw up here.
Yvonne has got a suggestion for you. Dave needs to tube himself some Lucasade.
Don't need to. I've already had it.
Yeah? Have you had Lucasade?
It just keeps you going when you get up there.
I think I'm heartbroken. I put £3 on over the weekend.
All that bread you're eating up there.
I know.
Rob,
I'm a weekend bread monster. Dale's got 'em. I'm a weekend bread monster.
I'm going to just clean these and then I'm going to get some hay, bring some straw.
Yeah, just need a bit, don't they?
Yeah, but I might put up some hay on, then some straw on top of it.
Yeah.
It's handy to have it.
Yeah,
Anything that spills over, we'll bed this up with.
yeah.
Now there's a black ewe that's due any time as well, Rob. Like as
There's
well.
warble, I seen it. It was following you around.
So just like keep an eye on that.
Well, I'll go up to the top when we've all gone out, and we'll have a. I'm going to go and show the folks the set of the remaining twin that gave its lamb up for this one.
I mean, when do you think we should bring them twins into here? Because then we can keep a proper eye on them. Or do you think we should just keep them separate?
Well, we know I think at the moment we're not short of room, are we? We're not short of room, and it's only 2 pence to check on. Phoebe, if you get any time, Flower, just give this a brush. Okay.
I'm going to get the bale over here, Rob.
Right. So Dave's gone to get a bale. So these are carrying twins. You remember last night, if you watched last night, sorry about the leaf blower, it's for some reason we're not using the sweeper. Not really sure why the leaf blower is. So they're carrying twins, nothing happening there. That's the ewe that was pals with the one that lambed. Right, and then this is starting to fill up. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it now? So it's not you, don't think. It's not you. Oh. Nice lamb. Scorpion Athletic. Oh, it is filling up, isn't it, this? It's you. So that's the one. And she doesn't know. This, you see, this is the beauty of the situation. She doesn't know that that she's got one less lamb than she had, because in all the turmoil of everything that was going on, and all the uproar and furore of her emotions, she can't remember. I don't think they can count. And as long as the lamb's not near enough to shout so she can hear it, then there's no dramas. So there's another one there sleeping soundly. Do you want to just climb in there, Flower, and just stand that lamb up and that lamb up? Just mind that. That might. Just remember that. Right. Don't cut yourself there. So if you just stand them up, and let's just have a look at him. Just stand the lamb up. If you move into that corner, she'll move away from you. That's it. Oh, that one's up. Well done. Then if you just reach over and just lift that one. That's it. Mandy Whittaker sent 500 stars. The dreaded leaf blower is back, says Anne Montgomery. It's not a good noise. Right, so there's nothing wrong. Yeah, thank you. That's lovely. So that ewe there had two. She's now got one. She gave one up for the one that had lost its lamb, and therefore there's going to be two better milk supplies to keep two lambs going. So all in all, a really, really good result. Not one that you could have guaranteed would have happened. Go on then, one. Let's have a look at you. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's a big, strong lamb. Having a good stretch. Nothing wrong with that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Then another big, strong lamb. There. 1,700 people watching. Shirley says the leaf blower doesn't bother me. It's a working farm and jobs need doing. It bothers me a bit, Shirley, but I know it needs doing, but I just find it unsettling. But anyway, it is what it is. Mandy says, so pleased for the you and you all. Thank you, Mandy. Pam says, oh, how did the adoption end up last night, Rob? Lovely to see your dad. The adoption went as well as it could have possibly gone. So really, really pleasing. So another one there. And these all look grand, don't they? Look champion. Come on, can we have a look at you? Come on, little one. Come on. Come on. Come on. Can you imagine if that one were born outside in the field? As things stand, it's got very little wool growth. It's like a little piglet. But it's warm and toasty under the lamp. And it literally has got no wool, that one. But it's got a mother who loves it and a warm environment to grow some wool, and it'll be as right as ninepence in a week's time. Sarah Jane says, so happy the adoption went well, sadly have to go. Catch you all later. And Gwen says you need a shepherd's crook to get the lambs up. What a great idea. I've got a shepherd's crook. Oh, sorry, look. So, let's have a look. Let's have a change of species. And move slightly further away from the leaf blower. Hello, beautiful. Phoebe, when you... There's probably no need to go in here. Because she's relatively a new mum and she just needs watching a little bit. So, yeah, thank you. So, this fall, and again, sincere apologies for the noise. This fall is growing. I mean, look at her. What is she, 2 and a bit weeks old? 2 and a bit weeks old. So to see her fall that strong, fit and well at that age is incredible. And to see Sapphire looking clean and groomed and lovely is again really, really pleasing. Yeah. Dave, is there any way Elaine can just do somewhere else for half an hour? So, I never like to disrupt them because the workers are the workers. But it's just sort of... Doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Jean says, morning Rob, from my bed in Alfreton, Derbyshire. My hip is locked, so I can't get out of bed. Oh no, Jean. Get well soon. What can you do? What do you need to do? Do you need physio? Hopefully things get better very soon. So this... Dave, do you want me to help you? Dave, I'll shift him. I'll shift him. Hey. There's some champion lambs in here. She might be done in a second, might she? So David's gonna try and... Are you just gonna try and get that underneath the other? There you go. You want a bottle? Jane says, has the foal got a name? Not yet. But it needs one soon, doesn't it? We'll have to decide on one. One you that we're watching very closely is this girl. And she's had issues in terms of mobility issues. But she can now get up, and she is prospering now. So, hello, sweetheart. They're on a bottle. They're part of the lamb feeding experience. Anyone coming over the next, I don't know, months, I suppose, will get the chance to book in and do a lamb feeding experience, which is basically an hour up here at the roundhouse of access, behind the scenes access, I suppose, where you get to bottle feed a lamb, get to meet the foal. You're on hand if anything decides to arrive. And these lambs are the champion, aren't they? Look at him, big, strong, robust. He's a potential champion. Can you just stand this girl up there, just so we can have a look at her? Yeah. She's. Who is he? Oh, that's in there. Yeah. We need them to change that bulb in the rare breeds. They've said they will. Oh, right. We just need to give them the bulb. So, see if this girl can get up. Yeah, she can. Look at that. Is she anywhere near bagged up, Dave, or not? Dad thinks that she ain't going to go much longer.
I think she'll be fine.
So she's, you know, when we're checking, yeah, she probably will. When we're checking them, it's worth just having a. Yeah. Right.
Dad's already told me.
All right. Well,
We could do a bit of straw as well.
just a smidge.
Yeah. Well, if I put some straw on top of that.
Just a dusting. Just a dusting. That's what Dad would say. Just a dusting. What's your favourite lamb in here? Right, you're a judge. No, not the first. No, the bar's not open yet. Just walk around them all. You can't just say that one. Yeah. So you've made a note of that one because it's thick set. Just lacking a little bit of length, perhaps. Yeah. The one that's having a tinkle, he likes. Yeah. There's a few scopy, showy things in here. I'm going to have to rush you, Judge. What about that one that's just looking at you now? Next to you. That's got a bit about it, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, striking. That's got a show head. Yeah. It's obviously having a bottle, that one, isn't it? Not the valet, then. It's a nice lamb.
Nice.
Look at it.
No, the markings are too dark on the back.
No, but it's a nice,
It's
it's
got the
lamb.
markings.
I think it's a nice personality.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to go and...
Right, okay. Sorry. I'll shoo these lambs away as you tip it in. What I like doing is watching the lambs chase around. Go on. Go on, rascals. Go on, go on, go on. Don't get squashed. Go on. Here comes Dave. Yeah, looking good. So what he's done is cleared this gap to the side. He's going to try and drop it in there. Look at that. And then put the other stuff. So the new stuff's there, the old stuff's there. So he knows that probably this time tomorrow he'll discard the older stuff. So a really bonny set of ewes and lambs. So that ewe's been up, she's had a feed, she's had a drink, she's going back down again. She's just looking after herself in the later stages of pregnancy, just like people do, you know. But sometimes you've just got to get through that last period, but you know there are brighter days ahead. Hello, beautiful. So she's more accepting of our presence in and around the foal now, which is pleasing. It's what we want. It just upset me a little bit when because she'd become like my best friend prior to falling, and all of a sudden, once that foal were born, ears were back, she didn't want us near. And I thought, wow, you know, don't be fickle. So, sheep are so big when you see them up close. Sandra says she is a clever girl. Phoebe, one thing that's worth doing, you know, when you're watching the sheep ready to lamb, if you go up onto the gantry and you see anything behaving in a slightly unusual fashion, they might be calling out, they might be pawing the ground. You know, it's quite often when they get vocal, that's quite a good sign. And that would be the time to... Have you got a radio? Have they given you a radio yet? They'll give you a radio and you can shout someone for a second opinion. Okay. So Phoebe is going to be part of our eyes and ears up here throughout the day. Debbie says, how did the adoption go? The adoption went champion. Loves the lamb loves her. She's not milking like a cow, but she'll make enough. And we've just topped it up just to keep its petrol tank full, but it's just had a feed as well. Linda says she's just protecting a baby, 100%. We understand that. And Heather says, Beth Portman, I would say, yes, I'm pretty sure it'll be great, and so would I. And Anne Lord, morning Rob, very good news about the sheep who lost the lamb yesterday with a new baby. Call the fall socks. Call the fall socks, I think that was. So, and Heather says, good morning, everyone. Oh no, over the site. Or have I gone right back to the start, I think? I've scrolled right back to the wrong end of the comments. Let me keep scrolling. There's a few to say. Here. Stellar Star, says Fiona. Beth Portman, Phil said it will. I know Philip definitely thinks it's going to be grey. Look at those lashes, says Janet. And Yvonne says birds sound full of spring promise. Yeah, it just feels a bit more like it, doesn't it, now? We've had a week of quite, you know, misery's a bit strong, but not the nicest weather. You can tell Ruth's been working a shift where she's had just a little bit of time on her hands, because that mare is looking $1 million, isn't she? She's obviously had a brush, and she looks fantastic for it. You know, to say she's just given birth, you know, just over a couple of weeks ago. She looks champion, doesn't she? She's clean, she's tidy, her mane is well grown, her tail looks lovely, the foal looks lovely. You know, if you'd have said, here's a picture of what the future looks like a month ago, you'd have snapped your hand off, wouldn't you? You'd have said, yes, please, sign me up. I'll have a slice of that. Eyelashes are so long, says Deborah Ann, I'm jealous. John says 32 days until spring, hopefully better days ahead. Lynn says it's definitely got to have a star in her name with that beautiful star on her head. Star or a blaze? The foal is getting more inquisitive, Rob, says Gail. And Kimberly says she looks like a jewel. She's a diamond in the rough. Could that be a name? Cannon Old Farm, Diamond in the Rough. Leanne says, come in here on Wednesday, can't wait. It's our favourite place to go. I think it's so lovely that some people just make it part of their annual half-term week. You know, that they put a trip into our farm in Barnsley as part of their family routine, and that means a lot, because there are many places out there that you could go to. There are many days out that you could choose. And people choose to come to us, which I will never fail to be appreciative of. And they come to us because we've got a committed team who try the best and do the best and work hard and try and make sure everyone has a wonderful family day. Heather says Lavender Star. Elaine says Cannon Old Farm Misty Joe. Mary says Moonlight Mist. And Susan says Starlight would be nice, Rob. And Becky says, hey Rob, will you keep this filly foal? I'd very much like to. We need to get more and better facilities so that we can keep more. The downside of keeping more is they cost more. But we've nailed our colours to the Shire horse mast, haven't we? we've said that they're an animal that needs preserving, that needs saving, that needs promoting, and that we're a national shire or centre, so therefore, a foal like this is going to be great. It's a filly. If you're breeding horses, what you're breeding them for if you never keep an odd 'un? That's sort of how I feel, but it's not just my decision. Sue says, did you see David's reply? Yes, he does keep sheep, several different breeds. Brilliant. So one David to another David, they could meet up and swap lambing tips and adoption tips, couldn't they? And Vanessa says, Sapphire looks amazing. Ruth has been working a magic midnight diamond for the fall. Barbara thinks Shadow Dancer. And Joe says, Cannon All Farms Star Child. Maid of the Mistro. Excuse me. Excuse me. Leanne has been coming to see you since my little girl was a baby, and she's 7 this year. Fabulous. Helen says, if I live closer, I will be coming all the time, as Cannon All Farm is my happy place. And Lisa says, hopefully we will come next Saturday to bottle feed the lambs. Elaine says, Misty Joe or Blazing Glory. And Alison says, Cannon All Farm Jewel in the Crown. Cannon All Farm Jewel in the Crown. Yeah, nice. How about Luna Jewel for the name? Denise says, Silver Bonnet, Bonnie for pet name. Sheila says, she is a keeper. Elaine says, Blazing Star. And Kathleen says, come into the White Bull on Friday for our Emerald anniversary. That's Kathleen Marsden. So wonderful. Congratulations for that. Ethel says, my daughter's bringing me to the farm for Christmas, just waiting me to feel well enough. Excellent. And Tracy says, Topaz Star. And Yvonne Allen says, any news on the Delhi home deliveries, Rob? Not that I'm aware of yet, but everyone in that department is working hard to make that sort of thing happen. Daisy for the fall, says Ellen. Daisy B for the fall, says Ellen Saxton. And Guy thinks she's definitely a keeper and a stunning foal. Vicky says, I only have 2 days because... Right, I'm expecting now everyone say, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Send me a sign if you can still hear me. Send me a sign. I can be visiting for 7 years. We've been coming since they opened and loved every visit, says Fiona. Thank you. Call a Cannon all springtime, says John. Can you still hear me? Will you still need me when I'm 64? Roxanne or Moonlight Serenade. Dazzle, says Anne. We're coming to the farm today, says Marie. My son said the name should be Bubbles. That'll be a fun name. Snowdrop for the fall, says Nikki. And Pearl, says Julie Hay. So have we still got sound, is the question. Deborah's saying thumbs up. Cannon All Dream, says Anne-Marie Sanderson. And yes, I can hear you, says Julie Clay. No, I don't think we should call it that, Julie. No, I'm only kidding. So, right, let's have a glance at these ewes across at you. Yeah, the hen's cackling. That could mean that one of them's laid an egg. Right, we'll go up onto the gantry and we'll just observe from above and see if there's anything else looking like lambing. Is anything looking like lambing, Phoebe? No, nothing that you've noticed?
No.
So there's a little lamb here that we've never given any consideration to. That one, David and Ruth lamb this morning, nice size. Not too big, not too small. It's a Goldilocks porridge, it's just right. So these are all the most recent ones, aren't you, Flower? Eh? You want to get up? That's it. Come on. If you see any of them pens, can you see that one under there? It's just a little bit wet, isn't it? You can see the floor.
Yeah.
Just get a little bit of straw. David will be bringing some up.
Alright.
Put a little bit in.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't do it until you get some straw. Nice little lamb. Can we have a look at yours, missus? Come on, beautiful. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. There we are. She loves it too. That's another relatively new one there, so. adopted lamb's having a little sleep. Fabulous. So them hens are cackling. They're happy or disturbed about something, aren't they? Right. Wash my shoes. And it's not a bad day today. I think it's going to be quite busy today. A reasonable weekend without setting the world on fire. And I think today is going to be a busy day. So I'm just washing my boots. 'Cause when you come out of here, Phoebe, just do what I'm doing and just wash up. There we go. That's it. Alright, there's my car. One thing that would be a massive help, if anyone sees that on any of the TV stuff or any of the social media videos, if you've got time and you can let them know you've seen it, they'll know that their sponsorship of our Shire Horse breeding programme is not money that's wasted. If that makes any sense. I think with any sponsorship, if the people that are doing it know that it's been seen and appreciated, then it goes a long way for that sort of thing to carry on. So these pens are now nearly all full. What we need though, before we can let them out, is for them to be a little bit stronger. I won't say there's anything that's saying to me, let me out into a communal pen yet. But we've a bit to go at, haven't we? We've got a few there that I can move down the yard to another pen. With more pens we can build if required. But it'll be surprising, in 24 hours time, we'll be getting towards all the pens being full. That Kerry Hill there's isolated herself a little bit. Can you see, Phoebe, that the one with the panda eyes? Yeah. She's just away from the rest. That would make me think that she might be thinking about lambing. If you see a water bleb, you know, water coming out, shout. And if you see one that gets down and starts trying to push, hey up. She's butting a lamb. Why is she doing that? It's a bit of a worry. Yeah, if you want to just go down, just push it back in and let's just see how she reacts to it. There's a ewe there that's just been butting a lamb, and like, is it because it's got its head stuck and it won't, and she can't see its face? One there trying to find its feet and take its first drink. So Phoebe's going to turn it round. So just point, that's it, point it back in, that's it, it's alright now. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, she seems alright with it. I think she just got herself in a bit of a tiz-was with it, because all she could see was its bottom and she couldn't see why it couldn't turn round, and its head was slightly stuck through the bars. There's always something. They're animals, not machines. And you never know just which way they're going to react to little circumstances and situations. So I don't think there's anything just happening at the moment. But we've just had one born, haven't we? There's some carrying singles which I can move into another pen there. And then I can build some more pens in there if needed. Could put a line of pens up there. Could move those down the yard. Once we've got enough lambs, I'll move those away to another pen. And then we could build some more pens in there. So we've got options. We're not tight for room yet. There's all these that are empty. Could build another half dozen pens in there if required. So we're all right. But we're now into the thick of it, aren't we? We'll be having at least 10 a day lamb now for the rest of the week. Diana says, came with my mum and dad, brought my children and now grandchildren. Love coming to Cannon Farm. Best place to go. Lovely, thank you. Lovely thing to say. Right, there's one in the corner. Looking like she might lamb. Right then, folks, I'm going to say cheerio for now. Thank you for tuning in. Probably do another one. If you keep your notifications turned on, we'll probably do another one sometime today or tonight or something like that. We'll try and keep you posted about what's happening on our little farm in Barnsley. So from Farmer Rob, hoping that you have a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. We'll see you again soon, and thank you very, very much for tuning in to Cannon Farm. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.